my work planner. So I've got a whole slew of videos about decorating my work planner. They're not in order by month. It's just kind of the month I feel like doing. And the goal for me, and I will get this done, don't know when these are going to be posted, will be done before I go back to work. Because once I start working, I don't really like to fuss with my planner anymore. I like to just write things in it, and I don't want to be decorating it. I just want to be done. So just to let you know, last year and the year before, I worked in a composition book, which wasn't terrible, but there's a lot of bleed through and a lot of shadowing, and the pages are really thin. And so anyway, it wasn't ideal. And so I decided to splurge, and I've got an Archer and Olive notebook. I believe, I keep meaning to look it up. It's either an A5 or an A6. It's 8.5 by, I think, like 6. So it's really good size. I think it's really good. Is it 8.5 or is it 11? I don't know. It's a good size. I think, I don't know where my ruler is. I'll post the size in my description, so I don't have to worry about telling you guys the wrong thing, because it'll be in there. Anyway, I want to go ahead and get started. I'm using a lot of Not Too Shabby shop items just because I have a lot, and really the idea also is to use our stamps more, right? Get more out of them. So, you make a few summer cards and then you're kind of done. Then what? So I think using them in your planner is a good way of doing that. I'm a Copic user, and there really aren't very many, if any, planners. I think there's one that I can think of, which is the Sassy Planner, that allows you to use Copics without bleeding. The issue is that I'm really not into that Sassy Planner. It's just really not what I want. I don't want a coil. So, so anyway, I just have to make do and find other ways to kind of get the same effect. So I'm using this one right here, which is called Summertime Buddies. And normally a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll stamp, then they'll mask off, and then they'll draw their calendar. For me, I really did it the opposite for a lot of reasons. One, I wasn't sure if I was going to decorate and how much decorating I was going to do. And the other is I don't really... it needs to be functional, first of all. So I'm not that concerned about the decorating as much as I am about the function of it. All right, so here it is right here. And I'm a Sunday through Saturday. And so Sunday and Saturday, I don't usually work. So you'll see me putting a lot of things on Saturday and Sunday because of that. So this is September, and September is very warm. Even though my summer starts in June, my school summer starts in June. I get out of school in May, and we're off June and July. And the thing is that the warmest months really are August and September. Even October is quite warm where I live in California. So we actually, use the pool and go to the beach. I remember one Christmas Eve, my sister and I went to the beach. It was 80 degrees. So that doesn't happen all the time, but that summer it did, because we've had summers, where it's hot enough to go to the beach, and then we've had summers where it rains, and it doesn't rain a lot here. So when it rains, it's like, whoa. And I'm using this Ulta New permanent ink. It's one that I would not use for Copic. It smears. I've tried it. It's just very difficult. I use Memento Tuxedo it's my go-to. So it is my go-to ink, but this one works okay for what I'm needing it for. Have it at a slant because it wasn't going to really fit on there. And what's going to happen is I'm going to end up stamping right over this. So I probably should have moved it over a tad, but whatever. It'll be fine. And so I'm going to lay down the ink first, and then I'm going to color. kind of what I'm going to do. And so I don't have a Misty. I mean, I do have Misty, but I mean, I don't have a Misty that I can use for this because, you know, Misty's not going to work. So I have to really just kind of make sure that, let's see, which one did I use? I used the same. Why did I look this? Oh, this one has a, oh, I see. I put them in the wrong spot. That is what happened. No worries. I'm going to put this one. I'm going to put this one right here. It's adorable. And I'm going to, no, it's not going to work. Yeah, so I'm just going to put things wherever I think is going to work for me. And, you know, when I first, you know, put down everything, I'm like, ooh, is that going to look good or whatever? But once it's all done, it's amazing how good it all looks. So, I'm actually forgot to grab something, so I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to run away for a second to grab a stencil. I'm gonna have to decide what I'm gonna stencil. I haven't really decided. I think I'm gonna do like a wave one. So yeah, so put some stars here and there. I've got 2 different sizes of stars. I'm gonna go ahead and do a couple sizes. I'm trying to see what else I've got here. There's like bubbles. So I'm just gonna do some of these little little starfish, I think they are. Is that what they are? Okay, so I've got that. And I'm going to grab my stencil that I'm going to use really quickly because I kind of know what I'm going to use. I'm going to use this My Favorite Things wavy stencil. I just got this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mask. I'm not going to do a mask on this. I'm just going to kind of mask off. And I'm just going to kind of stay away from that area, I guess, as much as I can. And stay away from that area. Okay, so now let's see. What color am I going to use? So I think I'm going to have to find a color. I think I'm going to use, got all my blues down here. It's like I don't want to do something too dark, but I feel like it needs, I think I'm going to do that color, which is a little bit dark, but I think it'll be okay. So, and I'm just going to put a little bit of color down, and I think I'll just try not to do it too dark. So it's this blue, and I'll just get some subtle waves on here. Ooh, that's a shift too much. And All right, so you can see it's got some subtle wave. So I'm just going to do just a tad up here. And so there we go. So I love that. I don't know if you can see, it's got some subtle looking waves. And it looks pretty darn good. So now I'm going to mask off that area. And then I'm just going to do this side. And get a little bit of color down. And so this has been a really great way of using my stencils, because I have a lot of stencils, which I really realized when I was organizing my stencils. I could not believe how many I had. I did not have a clue. So, and so many of them I'd never used. So this is really another great way of using your stencils in a practical way, because it's, you know. And I'm just going to do a tiny bit right here. Kind of. So there we go. Voila. We have some subtle color. In person, it looks stinking amazing. It looks really, really cute. So, and because I don't have, where's this? I can't use my Copics, then I have to be creative in how I color. So I've been using my Zig because they do not bleed through. So I kind of have to decide. I've got these two little guys right here. So I think I'm going to do one of them in a gray, if I can find, I've got, so I've got gray here. I think I'm going to do it in this, I'm not sure what kind of color this. I think I'm going to do it in this color right here. So I'm going to start with this one right here, and I'm just going to lay some color down. Now I am not doing blending or anything like that. I'm just trying to get some nice color on these guys, so because I can color them and, you know, have everything look really nice, because I don't, like I said, I don't have, I can't use my Copics, so the coloring is going to be quite basic, but I'm okay with that because it ends up looking very, very cute, and I'm very happy with the results so far of what I've colored, so I can't complain too much. And so that's a gray. You can get a little bit of shading by coloring over it a little. Get a little bit of shading there. And then I'm going to go back in here with, I don't know all the pink that I have. This is like a blush. I don't know how this one looks. I'm not a fan of that one. I'm going to get a pink. I've got a pink down here. This is a pretty bright pink. So pink and pink. I'm going to do pink on the body. Like that. So then I'm going to take my black and I'm going to do the nose. And then for the coloring, let's see, I think I want to do, let's see, I think, no, oh. I think this right here is part of the arms holding the raft. Okay, so there's that. So then I'm going to take this pretty blue, and so this is going to be a main color that I'm going to use throughout. And that's the thing I suggest, is that you kind of pick a few colors and just go with that, because it'll be quicker, because you're not, you're not here to set the world on fire, because in the end this is, a planner. You're going to be planning. So I'm going to do that, and I'm trying to think what would go with that blue. Maybe a lighter blue, maybe. Or we have this one, I have this like blue, what's it called? Pale gray, that's on it. I had this like other one that I was using, but I don't know what happened to it. Shadow Mauve, was that it? Let's see how I feel about that. Oh yeah, that works. And so this one is kind of a very light blue. And my little craft area that I usually keep clean is a disaster, because I'm doing all of this on camera. So it's like just a disaster, like not even like a little bit of a disaster, but like a giant disaster. And then that I'm going to use this pink, and I'm going to color this one in this light brown, I guess. So get this on there. And I am really loving the look of this. It's going to be, once it's done, it's going to be just amazing and colorful and cute. And the paper is really thick, so it's holding up to everything really well. So since I'm not doing any watercoloring, even though you can watercolor, I believe, in here, it's really, the paper's holding up very, very well. So I like that, because the paper, and well, you'll see. I'm gonna do a video, and I'm gonna show you the one I did last year once I've cleaned up everything. Because right now it's a disaster, like not even a little disaster, but a giant disaster. So there's that, and so I'm just gonna do a similar coloring. It just makes it so much easier. And then let's see. Actually, want to do this, and I don't think I used this color palette yet, so I think this is perfect. Yeah, I forgot the arm right here. Okay. That and that, and I need a little black for the nose. And then that one's done. Now I'm going to move on to this sun castle right here, and I am going to be just putting this color down, this brown, just to get some color down. And just put it all brown.